Alright everybody, it's me again, Chocolate Pisces. I know you're wondering, 3 videos in one day? Yeah, I have a lot to get off my chest, okay? This is going to be the first part in my Realizing Your Potential series. Um, I think that everyone is different. Everyone is an individual. You cannot do the same thing, live the same life as other people want you to live or as other people do live. Sometimes you have to cater things to you, to the specific individual, you know. Um, like myself and my mother. Of course, we're mother and daughter. Of course, we're different. But we see things a lot differently. We deal with things a lot differently. So, in order to realize your potential and to really get into yourself and really, see yourself for who you really are and to really branch out and do the thing that you're supposed to be doing, one thing, step one, well, not really step one, but one thing you definitely have to do is for the part one of this series is about deal with the past. Yeah, I know. I'm also a woman who has, of course, we all have issues, all have past demons, but I come from an abusive background, and on all levels. So, um, coming from something like that, you have to deal with that type of issue. A lot of us, especially women, we bury things and we let it just kind of just, sit back. Or we'll, try to mask it or put a bow on it, make it look pretty, and then move on. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'll just, I'll go on with my life. I'll work a lot, or excuse me, I'll drink, or I'll smoke, or I'll get wild and crazy with sex, or I'll, be totally rebellious. I'll just, I'll do, join gangs, whatever you want to call it. You have to deal with that stuff, because even if you put a band-aid on it, it's still a wound. No matter how deep and how severe it may be, and how much you want to forget that part of your life and just lock it away and throw away the key, it's still back there. It's still back in your mind. It's still in your heart, and it comes out when you deal with people. So one thing you definitely have to do that is extremely important for you is to deal with those things that are holding you back. Like personally, myself is abuse, definitely abuse. The relationship with my dad, I'm trying to rectify that and trying to build on that. I haven't seen him since I was 3 years old. It's been 25 years since I've physically have seen him and spoke with him. I spoke with him on the phone a few years back, so it was like talking to a stranger, you know what I mean? So it was kind of awkward, really awkward, but I'm ready to really deal with that, confront that demon and deal with that. Those of you who come from abusive families, crazy households, drugs, crime, the whole 9 yards, you need to deal with that. You need to deal with that type of stuff before you can really and truly get on with your life. One thing I know is that for those who don't want to deal with that type of things, it can definitely hold you back. Definitely hold you back. We see it, in relationships and how we conduct ourselves with other people. A lot of people have big walls. I don't have a wall. I don't have a wall. I have a community around me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a maze. You get through the first layer of bricks. There's a lock. So if you can get it open, then the next set. Because one thing I have problems being vulnerable with other people. Because being that I'm a very sensitive person, a very intuitive, very spiritual person, a person who feels what other people feel, I know that some people can take that kindness for weakness and can step all over you. So as an exercise I suggest people, that some people can do is just get out a piece of paper and write down all the issues, all the past demons that you have to deal with. Abuse from your past, abusive relationships, betrayal, deceit, people lying to you, being homeless. I've been homeless. I've been abused by my father, by my mother, by my daughter's father. I've been betrayed by my closest friends, sleeping with my daughter's father. My family and friends not really, being there the way I want them to. The whole 9 yards. So I'm not gonna go too, deep. I let out a lot right there. But you have to deal with that. Deal with those individuals and really rectify those relationships, or at least get out what you need to get out. You know, release your pain and your frustration so you can move on. Because the main thing is about unforgiveness. If you don't forgive other people, that crap's gonna hold you back. It's gonna be a big, huge weight over your head, and they can go off and live their life and get millions of dollars, have all this great time, have all this type of fun, but you miserable. You ain't sleeping, you stressed out, you having, you know, all type of issues. You turn into things to numb your pain, but you can't numb it. You have to deal with the issue. I know it's easier said than done. You gotta deal with the past. Yes, it is the past. You know, most people feel the past and get over the past and move on. But if something like that has really hurt you, really scarred, really damaged you, in order for you to not repeat that cycle and keep doing it again, you're gonna have to deal with that, no matter how hard it is. So I would suggest, I mean, even, you know, calling people, sorry, that's my dog in the background. You can, you know, call people, talk to them, write a letter. You know what I mean? I find it's easier to write your feelings down versus talking to that person, because, you know, that person's right in your face and, you know, looking at you crazy or whatever. So you're not gonna really want to get out what you really want to say. But that's something that I would suggest, is to really, you know, to really deal with the issues that you are covering up, you know, and ask God to reveal to you the stuff that's holding you back. You know what it is. You know the things you got to deal with, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that you kind of try to forget about, or you wish you had, but it comes out in wrong ways, or it comes out in relationships. It comes out with how you deal with your children, how you deal with people that you work with. You don't let anyone close to you. You're judgmental. You are angry all the time. You're bitter. You're depressed. So I have a problem with depression. I see it in a lot of things, and as much as I'm outspoken, I also take in a lot of people's drama and let it just sink in, let it just sit, and then I'll just totally blow off at one time, like a big pimple, a big life pimple. You know what I'm saying? All the stress, you keep messing with it, and it gets all big, and then it pops and pus and shut. I know it's nasty. I know it's bad analogy or whatever, but think about it. You know, you keep getting pressed to a certain point, and you deal with all this past drama, and someone says something else that triggers something in your mind, and you have to deal with that too. So, with lots of prayer and time with God and time with yourself, really get to know yourself, because if you don't deal with your past, you really don't know who you are. So, that is my first part of my series, the Realizing Your Potential. So I'll be coming to you with a lot more videos about this, but once you deal with the past, it'll make your life a little bit easier, because you're able to really confront the past, confront the issues that are holding you back, the people who have caused you lots of pain and damage. So you gotta love yourself in here. You have to love you. If you don't love you, ain't no one else going to do it the way you can. And always keep a piece of yourself behind, where you just love yourself. Because if you let people know too much about you, then you always use that against you. So just be sure to love yourself and to know who you are, know what you want out of life, and don't let anyone deter you or change your mind about how you feel about you. So you want to realize your potential, deal with the past, confront those issues, get all that stuff out, so you have a lot of healthy and fertile ground for, of course, things to grow. So love you, ladies. Peace out. Rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, or what you think some other videos I can make can be about, because I have a lot to say, and been through a lot of stuff. So let me know. Okay.